back when this was on pre-order on Amazon, I ordered it, and then it got delayed. I was expecting it to arrive before I went to Latin America for a couple weeks, but it didn't arrive. So, and it's non-returnable. So I thought, you know what? Since I can't return it, let's go ahead and make a video. I also bought a few more packs. This one comes with 5 packets and 1 album. So, and I also got 5 extras from Walgreens, and I bought a Coca-Cola with the Coca-Cola sticker inside. So, we can take a look at what that looks like. So this is the way it comes in this little packet. So let's get it open. Okay, that most certainly did not open in a friendly manner. So here's the 5 packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here's the album. And then here's the plastic. So before we get started, I kind of want to take a look at the comparison between the Latin American version of the album and the American version. So first thing that's very evident is the cover is different. The American one has this white in the middle, whereas the Latin American one does not. The color of the logo is different as well. Black, white. This one here lets you know it's a sticker album. This one doesn't say anything. This one also has the iconic Panini guy doing a bicycle kick. This one does not. And on the back, again, different colors, white stripe, and then here you can see manufactured under license by Panini. My understanding is that these are made in Italy, these are made in Brazil, so this one says made in Brazil. And then here you can see this one has all the distributors for Latin America, whereas Panini, it seems, distributes its own stuff here in the US. So that's the difference between these two. Now let's get some packs opened. You may be wondering what I'm going to do with this after. I don't plan on completing it. I just want to get these packs opened. I'm just going to hold on to it. Sometimes I hold on to albums that I haven't completed. I have a couple examples here. I have this Club World Cup album. So, here are the stickers. Interestingly, again, most people probably don't care, but I find these differences kind of interesting. The ones that came in the back have an orange back. These have a white back, but it looks like they were both printed in the same place, in Italy, in Modena. So they were Next up is number 17. So while I'm sticking, I can talk a little bit about my experience at the Paraguay-USA game, which was a great experience, but obviously a bummer of a result. Before I continue though, we have number 4 and number 7. So the game was at the quote-unquote Los Angeles Stadium, which is, just a rebranded SoFi Stadium. And, we got there really early. I went with my fiance, my dad, and my little sister, and it was really, 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 really fun. So we arrived at around 2 p.m., which is when the stadium opened. The game began at, I believe, 6, but then the opening concert began at 4:30, so we got there really, really, really early. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm really glad we did, because I saw some TikToks and reels and stuff of the lines after, and it looked horrible, horrible, horrible. We basically had no line because we got there early, and first thing we did is, my dad had never seen SoFi. I'd already been to a Chargers game, a Rams game, and I went to a Gold Cup final there once, so I know SoFi pretty well. But my dad, he's only seen the stadiums in Latin America, which, have a really great vibe. The stadium atmospheres in Latin America are unbeaten, especially in South America, but the infrastructure is obviously not up to par with what the U.S. has, much less SoFi Stadium, which is probably the most impressive stadium in the U.S., in my opinion. I also really like Allegiant, the Raiders Stadium. I think that one's really cool, but I still think in terms of just raw, wow factor, I think SoFi is at least of all the ones I've seen, SoFi I think is the most impressive. So after we got there, first thing we did is go to the merch shop, which you'll see in, oh, that was real bad. I guess I'm not completing this album, so it doesn't really matter, but okay. Damn. I also don't want to rip it. So we went into the merch shop. Sorry, there's a lot of edits. I'm trying to, save you guys from the rustling of trying to find the stickers that correspond to the country I'm in, or the page I'm on. So we went to the merch shop, and there was a lot of people, obviously. Okay, there we go. The line at SoFi Stadium, this merch shop was really long, but it went by quick. I ended up getting a game scarf with USA Paraguay. I got an event shirt that also said USA Paraguay, and a t-shirt, another t-shirt that said Paraguay. Then my fiance got a magnet, a USA hoodie kind of thing. You'll see it in my vlog, and I might also do a separate video of all the merch I get at all 3 games, because I am planning on getting merch at the other 2 matches as well. I'm a sucker for gift shops and for merchandise for stuff that I like. So yeah, and then we had some food. We went to our seats, and I got a wisdom tooth. I had wisdom tooth surgery for just one of them about a week before the match, so I couldn't have any. I still couldn't have any hard food, which kind of sucked. I wasn't in any pain because I was hopped up on ibuprofen and Tylenol. I'm debating whether I should put the Pulisic in. This is probably one of the more coveted stickers. Not that I plan on selling it, but I might hold on to these and not stick it for this one, I think. Next up is Paraguay. This is number 16. Alejandro Romero Gamarra. Alejandro Romero Gamarra. I ended up getting so many Australians, I'm not sure how. 2, 10, 5, 20, and 8. So after we had food, we went to our seats, and the concert started, and I gotta be honest, I thought the initial concert was a little underwhelming. It was really short, and it was good, but I think when you're there and you see everything they have set up, it was, I don't know what I expected, but it felt really short. Either way, it was really nice. My fiance and my sister are not into soccer at all. My dad kind of dragged my sister there, and I obviously dragged my fiance there. So at least having the concert with some artists that they like. My fiance was very excited for Tyla and for Katy Perry. My fiance is from South Africa, so she was very excited to see Tyla. Oh, I almost forgot this one. And that's it for Australia. Turkey. With all due respect, Turkey, I hope you guys lose on Friday. I hope you guys lose. And then the emblem. Deutschland 10 and 3. So, yeah, I mean, the match started off okay, but very soon into the match we scored an own goal, which was, it makes you feel a little pathetic when that happens, but obviously we were like, okay, we're gonna bounce back, it's a mistake, at least it's not, a goal that they scored because they played really well. It was just us. But then the second goal came really quickly after, if I remember correctly. And then that just kind of sinks your soul, That's so then that second goal went in, and I think it's not just the goals that made you feel bad. It was just seeing how throughout the course of the game they really did expose us. They made us look really bad. A really good chunk of the game was spent in our half. The US put really good pressure, and we just, we did not. Part of me was obviously happy because as a US fan, we've been talking so much about how this squad has so much talent, but they don't seem to play with a lot of heart, right? Like Pulisic sitting out the Gold Cup disjointedly, they decided to get their shit together. That game, they couldn't have waited one more game, or started a few games before to give me some hope. They had to start playing incredibly that game. So I'll be happy for the U.S. During the next match, but at this point, they better keep this up, because if they went monster mode on Paraguay, but then go back to playing the way they did before, then I'm gonna be really upset, because then, it'll also make Paraguay look a little better if the U.S. goes on to have a legendary run, because then it's like, okay, at least we lost to, the U.S. like in 2010. Paraguay lost to Spain, the champions, and only by 1 goal. And we had a goal disallowed, which a lot of people think should have. I can't remember specifically, but I remember a lot of people were upset about that. I was a kid. So, in 2010 we felt good, because at least we got knocked out by the champions, and barely. I really hope the U.S. keeps this up, for more reasons than one. Netherlands 7. So yeah, and then when the third goal went in, at that point, at that point you check out, because a 2-0 is still surmountable, but a 3-0 is not really realistically comebackable from. So yeah, but regardless of the score, which obviously dampens the experience a little bit, it was still a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me, because it's, both of the countries that, both of my countries, I very much grew up in between both countries. So aside from being, aside from being from both countries, I really did grow up with both cultures as well, because a chunk of my growing up was done in each place, frequently bouncing back and forth. So I feel very patriotic towards both countries. So getting to see them in a World Cup, play in the city that I live in, was a surreal experience. I'm not gonna lie, and yeah, I'm just grateful I got to experience that, regardless of the outcome. So, moving on from that match, today was the day Portugal played and the day Croatia played. So, I'm probably gonna upload this video the day after I'm recording it. I have Croatian ancestry in me, so I rooted for Croatia, and but Croatia played pretty. I mean, the first half they were playing a lot better. Then the second half, I think England played a lot better. And then Ronaldo played today. It was weird watching him play, because on the one hand, he was offside a lot, which I think in large part made him a little bit useless, but it also, I think, kept his defenders a little distracted, which allowed his teammates to maybe have better chances. But I don't know, I'm not sure exactly why he was offside for a good chunk of the game. And then Colombia is going to play soon, so after this I'm going to probably go watch that. And I'm obviously going to support Colombia, gotta support the CONMEBOL nations. Next up we got Tim Payne's team. Where's Tim Payne? There's Tim Payne, who is Olympia's newest player. I still cannot believe that that's actually something that might happen. It just feels very random. I also wonder if Tim Payne is like 200, 350,000 euros, but it hasn't, wow, it hasn't been reported, you know, what he signed for, what he's gonna get in terms of like salary, how long his contract is, you know. I don't know, we'll see. And then the last player from Cabo Verde. Boom. Next up, Uruguay, who had an underwhelming showing. Argentina had to come in and bail out all of Conmebol. We'll see how Colombia fares today. Today. France won the team, and I might hold on to Dembele the same way I did with Pulisic. And then now we go, we put on the emblem. And then we're gonna put the team. For Senegal, all we have is the emblem. I always feel like I need to be a little more careful with the emblems. I don't like making mistakes with the emblem for some reason. Iraq 10. And we have Iraq 2 with a red border. Red border. I have a good amount of friends who are not big fans of Cristiano Ronaldo. So they were pretty much hate watching him today. I'm not the biggest fan of him in terms of I think the way he acts, but with Ronaldo it's really difficult not to respect his work ethic. I think he's pretty much like the Kobe Bryant of soccer. He's got that mentality. I have is the flag. I don't know why my packs back then came with no Mexicans. I don't understand why.